you didn't bite me first.
In this painting, I was thinking in terms of combining candy.
I will if you make it first.
My name is Gary Gaydos, manager of the Florissant Civic Center Theater.
Hi, my name's Gary Gaydos, manager of your Florissant Civic Center Theater, and it's great to be here with you on another edition of On Cue. This is where we get a chance to peek backstage and see what's coming down the road. Sometimes it's confusing, sometimes it's not. Boy, do we have some confusion for you. But we're going to straighten it out because the Alpha Players are bringing a brand new production to the stage, never been done here before, seldom in the United States. Janet Maneikis is here with her directorial skills honed and ready to go, and Shea, the actor of the moment, whose character is the same first name as the playwright.
As the original playwright.
As the original playwright, Miklo.
The Hungarian guy.
Boy, Budapest, Hungary's a long way away. I'm going to tell you what, we're going to draw it in a little closer. This show was first done in the United States, Janet, in 2009. You and I were discussing that.
Yes.
And I said to you, is that possible?
It's possible,
Since
yes.
it was written in 1936.
It's highly unusual.
Pre-war Europe it comes from. Can you explain to me how this happened to our audience? Because this is a brand new play to most Americans.
It is, but it's not.
Oh, there you go.
It's an old and familiar story,
Yes.
just with a new name. It is the play that familiar movies to people like You've Got Mail, Shop Around the Corner, In the Good Old Summertime. This is the play
All
that
hits.
it was based on.
All
yes.
hits.
Yes, fantastic.
They won awards. They made people millions, I guess, of dollars.
Yep. All wonderful.
All
It's
wonderful.
a wonderful story.
But what happened that we didn't get to see the play first and all these other strange titles and morphs came out? I'm dying to know.
I'm not exactly sure.
Well, it was in Hungarian.
I think that I was
Confusing.
I think I was talking to Sharon Cotner earlier, and she mentioned that it's probably because a playwright got ripped off. MGM bought the rights to the play years ago, and he never got rich from it.
No.
Hard to believe, but true, that somebody could be that prolific and not be able to make a living for it, a decent living, and probably, is lucky to die as a member of the middle class. Your production, will it take place in Budapest?
Yes, it does.
Very good.
However, we are not speaking Hungarian.
Oh, shucks.
Not on purpose.
No. And no Hungarian accent either, so
No, okay.
it'll
all
be
right.
easily understood.
But Budapest is like any other large European city. I mean, it's like hustle and bustle and
Oh, yeah.
lots going on. Not unlike New York, Chicago, St. Louis in
Exactly.
its heyday. Yeah,
Yep.
those were the times. And it's pretty much a romantic comedy at this point.
Yes, it is. Very much a romantic comedy. It's basically, if you're not familiar with any of the movies, it's the story of one of the senior employees in a perfume shop. And a perfume shop is not just perfume, it's all kinds of notions, lotion,
Do
bath,
they exist nowadays,
soaps.
perfumeries?
It's kind of akin to like Walgreens. You go and pick up your aspirin and your razors and your soap and toothbrush, all that, all your needs and necessities.
Now I know.
Yes, exactly.
Only without the couponing, I hope.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
But the senior employee there gets fired shortly before Christmas by the owner, Mr. Hammerschmidt, because he suspects him of having an affair with his wife.
Oh, no.
And he is wrong.
I was wrong.
But
Oops.
Not the
yes.
first time, eh, Ray?
And he also discovers that he has fallen in love, unbeknownst to him, with the coworker that he feuds with all the time. Through the letters they've written, they've fallen in love, and they're completely anonymous. So he finds that out later, and
The days before the telephone and the
Yes.
email, and these were real love
all
letters.
of that, yes.
Isn't that something?
With box numbers and,
And you're in a jealous rage, so you fire one
Yep.
of the leading.
That's right. I
Characters.
fire the longest standing employee I have based on the fact that I just figure he's probably the one who did it,
Oh my!
which was not very smart of me. But
No.
but Fortunately, I hired a private detective, and he told me who really did it.
Oh,
But not
okay.
until after I fired the poor guy.
And romantic comedies are filled with this kind of confusion to lead the audience several different places. Is this a tricky plot that's involved here, Ray?
Well, somewhat. There's a couple other subplots. I mean, the whole thing of the owner of the shop finding out that his wife of 25 years is cheating on him, and not with who he thought what it was. And there's other people coming in and out, and but the main plot is watching these two people hate each other, and then through circumstances they don't have no control over, hating each other in one place and loving each other totally through these letters.
You've been in a lot of productions over the years. Is comedy your favorite one to play?
No.
Is that right?
I'd rather make people cry than make them laugh.
It's harder to make them laugh, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, people don't
But-
realize it. But, yeah.
And I don't like. Well, no, I love all. I
know?
love doing all of it.
No, I know. But would you call Milos a character actor, or is he really romantic? I
Oh
mean,
no, he's not romantic at all.
oh, isn't he? He's curmudgeon.
He's kind of a bumbling idiot.
Is he really? Yeah. Yeah.
He,
Gruff but lovable.
gruff but lovable. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, a lovely old Hungarian curmudgeon. And after he finds out that he made this huge mistake, and he's trying to make amends for it, he becomes kind of a different guy. He's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
He in apologizing to this employee that he's wronged, he admits that he's always been like a son to him, and he can't believe that I ever thought you would do this to me. So they make up very well.
So he has a reawakening himself of what
Yeah.
maybe he's like. Is it set in the holiday
Yes.
period?
Right before Christmas.
Yes.
That's a heck of a time to fire somebody. Did Milos not think of this in advance, or is that part of the
No.
No, he was not.
Tension.
He was not thinking. And he fires him kind of on a whim. He didn't really prepare to do it that particular day, but something else happened, and it kind of got on his nerves a little bit, and he went way too far with it.
I'll be done.
You know, the guy really didn't do anything all that bad in the shop that day, but it just got to Hammerschmidt, and he just finally just kind of blew up and said, "Take your leave of us."
Do we get to meet your wife in the show?
No,
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 not
she's
at
a
all.
mystery woman.
We talk about her.
We do talk about her.
We do not
I don't
see
even think we mentioned her name.
No, we do
No,
not.
we do not. Mrs. Hammerschmidt. That's all she's known as.
Cheated on by a mysterious lady.
I do know that she's about half my age, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's kind of neat
Yeah.
to think. Yeah.
Probably why she had to go cheat on me.
Quite the svelte guy there. Yeah. How many other alpha players are involved in the production outside of Ray?
There are 14 others. It's a cast
pretty
of
good
15.
size.
Yes, it is, and they're all wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
That's right. Yeah.
but you know,
This is the kind of thing where everybody gets a kind of a luminary part too, where something is unfolded with everybody coming on stage.
pretty much most of the people. Yeah, there's a few small parts here and there, but you know, they're all fun. Yeah.
There's kind of plums sometimes. You can get one of those small parts and really walk away with
Oh yeah.
the scene in many cases.
Yeah.
Will we recognize some of the names outside of Mr. Shea when we see the list?
I'm sure you probably will.
Who are a few of the ones that I will well remember?
Well, Danny Brown, who was most recently our King Arthur in Spamalot.
Oh, yeah,
He is
funny guy.
playing the shopkeeper that gets fired.
Oh, wow. Good,
So
good.
yeah, he
Mr.
plays
Horvath.
George. Yes.
And his romantic opposite is?
Diane Kenley. I don't think that she's had a major part. She's
Okay.
done some other things with Alpha. She was in Murdered to Death when we did that. I'm not sure.
Well, that's
She
a
had
break that she's going to be.
Well, yeah,
a
she
featured
has
role for the.
a really big part. Yes.
Well, that's
And
wonderful.
sure.
Who's doing the set and costumes? Does this fall to anybody we know?
I don't know. You have to come and find out.
Okay. Still doing a little planning backstage? Yes.
Sure.
Well,
Always.
Is it the main interior scene is the shop throughout
the
the
shop,
show,
yes.
though? And
Yes, it's
you're
the
going to do
shop.
period costumes as well?
Yes, we are.
Oh, very nice. Nice. This is a comedy in 3 acts.
Yes, it is.
That's great.
One intermission.
One intermission.
Yes.
All right. And it's fit for the whole family. You can bring even Coco the dog if you want, right? I mean,
If you'll let them in,
no, we
sure.
won't. No. I mean, no, but he would not be offended. If,
No, everyone will
would
love it.
enjoy
Yes.
I think I have one curse word, but it's a minor one.
Oh no, don't tell me. Do it in Hungarian, will you?
Okay, I will.
All right.
I'll work on
No
that.
one will know.
I'll
You
look
could
it
you
up.
could do that one. Now this was written originally by Laszlo, but it was interpreted by a relative of his, right?
Yes, his nephew.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
And did he email you or write to you about your undertaking?
Yes, he did. He emailed the Alpha Players and
No
was
kidding.
interested in us doing that.
Was he excited about it?
He
being done?
was. He was, and I believe he was hoping to come to the show, but he'll not be around
I was gonna
in
say,
New York. So
you may not be able to
unfortunately-
afford to fly him in for the production. But
No, but if he would like to come on his own, sure.
that would be a grand idea. Yeah,
I'll
why
even
not?
comp a few tickets for him.
No, I
Once he
know.
gets here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. How about dates and times? We're here for the main purpose to get people in the audience to
That's
buy
right.
that ticket.
That's right. The show runs March 20th, 21st, 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Mm-hmm.
And the tickets are $18 for adults. They are $16 for seniors and students.
Great.
And they are $12 if you have a group of 10 or more people that you all want to get
You're
to come to the
crazy
show.
not to buy the 10.
You
I
are.
mean, really.
You
got
are.
a mailman, you got a doctor you go to. Do you want to make these people happy?
All your neighbors, yes.
Right,
I mean,
right,
get together and go out and have a good time because everyone will enjoy the show.
As I mentioned, this is the year too for cabin fever. This time of year, you know, it starts to set in. You don't get out enough. Buy this ticket in advance and get out and have a laugh. You know, Parfumerie is right around the corner. You can go online to buy these tickets even when we're not in the box office too.
Sure.
www.florissantmo.com. Click on the theater icon and then click on buy tickets online. And for a modest service charge, $1.50 a ticket, $1.50 a transaction. You can't beat that.
No.
You can pick out your seat and have it, you can print it at home or your own PDF and bring it into the theater.
Okay.
If you're cheap like me and you don't want to spend $1.50, call 921-5678 5 days a week. We're there. Again, regular business hours, 9 to 5 on Monday and Friday, 9 to 6 during the middle of the week. The only time we close is for lunch between 12:30 and 1:30. How many of these have these wonderful productions have you directed in the past? Can you mind my asking, Janet?
This is my first solo.
Congratulations!
directing,
Yes, I
so,
heard that.
yeah.
A little bird
A
told
little
me
bird.
that. Are you excited about?
I
the,
am.
Yeah.
I am, and I love this show. So I mean,
You've
it's-
done
it's
everything but this, right?
wonderful. I've assistant directed,
Everything,
co-directed,
everything.
and acted, sure,
Right,
sets, whatever.
You're a
props.
regular.
My last Alpha show, she was in too.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, that's all.
Years ago.
How many years has it been?
Many years ago.
How many
I
years
can say
has-
it in Hungarian if you
No. How many? Just give me a
It
round
was,
figure.
what,
Decade?
2006
Six,
or
it was,
something?
yeah,
It's
2006.
almost a decade. Yes, that's right. Well, I like your beard. Are you growing it for the show?
Actually, it'll go off for the show.
Oh no! Oh, well, there goes that.
I don't think it wouldn't be it wouldn't be time appropriate, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
guys
didn't have a lot.
didn't have a
No,
lot
is
of
that right?
you know,
Yeah. Well,
beards then. So
and gosh knows we're going to be appropriate in this. This is fine. No, it'll be lots of fun for the whole family. Buy those tickets. Put it on your list. I'll tell you this much. The LA Times did a review of the show, and the headline on it was, Parfumerie, a 1936 Hungarian play, is an overlooked inspiration. I think they picked the right team for the job. And Janet and Ray, welcome
you.
back and welcome to the job, Janet.
Thank
and
you.
welcome back, Ray. It's good to have you with us in the audience. We're going to take a short break now, and then we're going to come back and do the calendar of events. Those things that weren't lucky enough to be here live in the studio with me today are going to be reviewed, and hopefully you'll find another gem or two besides this one to put on your schedule for this March, and actually a little deeper into the spring, perhaps. It's time to tackle the calendar of events, those upcoming events for the Florissant Civic Center Theater that you might be interested in. The St. Louis Family Theater Series returns in the month of March as well. One of the best shows we've ever had here, being reprised from years ago by the Enchantment Theater Company out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's The Adventures of Harold and the Purple Crayon, March 8th, 13th, and 14th. This one opens on a Sunday matinee at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and closes the next weekend, with a Friday 7:30 p.m. show and a Saturday matinee for the last day of the run at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. $7 to all, great group rates available as well. Very fair price for Broadway quality theater for young people here. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decides to go for a walk in the moonlight. So begins Harold and the Purple Crayon, the first of 7 delightful picture books by Crockett Johnson that your children will probably remember. As it turns out, there isn't any moon that night, nor is there a path to walk on, so Harold simply draws them. We have great effects in this show that show Harold drawing them. It'll come to life on stage, and his journey begins. Resourceful and brave, Harold creates a world he wants to explore using nothing more than a big purple crayon, and the sky's the limit imagination. Your children will learn from this. They'll enjoy it. The whole family will enjoy it. This is a hit. Also like to remind you, we had a great interview here with the Alpha Players. They're doing a comedy, and it's a romantic comedy, The Parfumerie. It's going to be here March 20th, 21st for the first weekend on Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and then continues the next full weekend in March, March 27th, 28th, and 29th. Friday and Saturday again at 8 p.m. curtain, and 2 o'clock matinee to end the run of the show on Sunday, March 29th. $18 for adults, $16 for seniors and students, and $10 for children under 12 even. That's a special price, and groups of 10 get a price of $12 a piece. Take a dash of dreams, a pinch of deceit, a cup of old-fashioned romance, and a dollop of laughter. Stir it together and pack it into a small perfume shop in 1937, and you have the 2009 adaptation of Miklos Laszlo's Parfumerie. Parfumerie is a heartwarming romantic comedy that follows the tangled tale of George Hovrath, a longtime employee of Hammerschmidt's Parfumerie. And the days before Christmas, Hammerschmidt fires George after mistakenly suspecting George of having an affair with his wife. To make matters worse, George's only hope for a happy life from the shop goes awry when he discovers that the stranger he has fallen in love with through secret correspondence is none other than a lady who works across the aisle from him in the shop, who he can't stand. This is a great one. It's based on several other plots that we talked about in the show. You've Got Mail is the one that I remember most fondly that you might remember. This is the original version of it from 1938 that's been adapted to the American stage for the first time in 2009. It is a great comedy. Please do partake in this one. April brings us to another fine show that's on tour as part of the Fine Arts Council series, To Kill a Mockingbird. A great hit that's celebrating an anniversary this year based on Harper Lee's Pulitzer Prize winning novel. It's going to be here April the 10th. That's on a Friday evening, 8 p.m. curtain. Sleepy southern town confronts difference and justice through the eyes of a 6-year-old scout. In the heroics of her father, the struggles of her friends and neighbors, and the threat of a boogeyman, Scott lives through the joys of childhood innocence and pains of growing up. This poignant and stirring drama, again, that Harper Lee wrote, is a classic, a part of Americana. You'll want to be in the audience for To Kill a Mockingbird, April the 10th at that evening. We got great seats, 28 for adults, 26 for seniors and students. Again, buy them in advance, sure to sell out. Hawthorne Players present Crimes of the Heart, another show that's coming up in April. On the 17th and 18th are the first 2 performances on Friday at 8, and then the next full weekend in April, the 24th, 25th, and the 26th. Friday and Saturday again, 8 p.m., and then Sunday, April the 26th, matinee only at 2 o'clock to end the run of that show. 18 for adults, 16 for seniors and students, and again, great group rates for this one. The McGrath sisters have gathered to await news of the family patriarch. Their grandfather, Lenny, is unmarried at 30 and facing diminishing marital prospects. Meg, who quickly outgrew Hazelhurst, is back after a failed singing career. Babe, the youngest, is out of jail on bail after shooting her husband. This comedy drama contains hilarity that comes from being eccentric, disaster-prone, and a family. It won a 1981 Pulitzer Prize. Come and see the Hawthorne Players production as well of Crimes of the Heart. That takes us to May, and that takes us to the Valley of Flowers week, but that's a horse of a different color. Come back and hear more about the rest of the spring on our next edition of On Cue. Thanks for joining us. It's been great to be here with you again. Don't forget 921-5678, that main number, Monday through Friday. I'll get you the seats you want or www.florissantmo.com. Click on the theater section and then click on buy tickets online. And for a modest service charge, you can get them whenever we're not in the box office as well. See you next time.